took a little while to get going, but the Buckeyes dodged the raindrops and eventually downed the Badgers on Saturday in a dominant affair, winning 38-7. In fact, it was Wisconsin's worst loss since December 6, 2014, when they lost 59-0 to the eventual national champion, Ohio State Buckeyes. While the Badgers were dominated in all facets of the game, where Wisconsin came up especially lacking Saturday was in the run game. Heisman candidate Jonathan Taylor needed to have a big game if the Badgers were going to pull out the win. Instead, he played more like a 90s heartthrob Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Exactly how bad was Taylor's performance? Taylor only ran for 52 yards in the loss to the Buckeyes, averaging just 2.6 yards per carry. That was less than a third of the rushing yards for his counterpart J.K. Dobbins, who dashed the Badgers' defense for 163 yards. But that's not the worst part for Taylor, as he wasn't even the second leading rusher in the game. Buckeye backup Master Teague added 76 more yards for the Ohio State ground attack. Taylor has run for more than 100 yards 28 times in his career, but there are certain opponents he's struggled against. Here are his worst 6 rushing performances at Wisconsin. You see these two here near the bottom? They both came against Ohio State. The rest of the Badgers' run game wasn't any better, as Wisconsin failed to reach 100 total yards on the ground for the first time since December 2nd, 2017, when they played Ohio State. That was in the Big Ten title game, though, so when was the last time the Badgers failed to reach 100 yards rushing in a regular season game? For that, you have to go back more than 3 years to October 1st, 2016, when they ended up with only 71 yards rushing against... Actually, this time it wasn't the Buckeyes. It was Michigan. Wisconsin has now lost 7 straight games against Ohio State, which makes it now the second longest losing streak in the series, behind the 21-game losing streak the Badgers suffered from 1960 to 1980. Good news for the Badgers, though. They don't have the Bucks on their schedule again until November 12, 2022, unless they get a rematch in the Big Ten title game this year, in which case, instead of waiting more than 3 years to face Ohio State again, they only have to wait 6 weeks.